Okay, YouTubers, I absolutely love all the grocery haul videos that you see online. And when it comes to Aldi, I've noticed that a lot of people doing grocery hauls don't typically shop at Aldi. So even though they're picking out a bunch of items that seem great, some of them I've tried and some of them are not so hot. So, what I want to go through are some of my favorite products that I find on a pretty regular basis. It varies from where you are in the country. So, we're going to go through these one by one and hopefully give you a good idea of some awesome products to keep an eye out for. So, let's get started. First, I'm going to start with some of my favorite fridge and freezer items so that I could put those away as quickly as possible. So first, I absolutely love making smoothies in my kitchen. I have a NutriBullet and swear by it. So essentials that I will always be picking up at Aldi include plain, non-fat Greek yogurt. I actually prefer the 2% fat because I find it more filling, but they only sell the plain in the non-fat in this size. You can get some of the smaller ones in different flavors, but for a fridge stock item, whether you use Greek yogurt as sour cream or in recipes, this is an absolute must-have go-to for me. Second, I usually pick up some hummus. This time I'm trying the pineapple jalapeno. I don't think I've had this one from them before, and as far as hummus goes, they are not the best brand, the little salad bar that they carry. It's not the greatest, but for a weekly go-to to just stock up on the fridge, especially in the summer when you don't feel like cooking or for bringing to work, it is essential. So for those of you that shop at Trader Joe's and know that Aldi and Trader Joe's are owned by the same people, I am pretty confident that this might be the same organic grass-fed ground beef that they sell at Trader Joe's, but for cheaper. So this is almost always to be found in my freezer. Finding organic turkey, ground turkey through them, not necessarily as easy. You can get the no antibiotics and all that, but when it comes to the grass-fed and the organic, the ground beef's the way to go. Now, like I said, I absolutely love smoothies, and buying frozen fruit can actually be pretty expensive if you're making smoothies on the regular. So I almost always pick up a couple of the berry medleys, or they have frozen organic blueberries, strawberries, and usually raspberries. Right now in the freezer, I have some in-season bags that they have special right now for pitted cherries and blackberries. So I'm really excited about the cherries. That's not something we normally find. So here is peaches, pineapples, and strawberries. And then also for my smoothies, I love getting a good probiotic in, and this is one of the cheaper ones that I've found that I really like the flavor. They carry this kefir in blueberry, raspberry, and plain, I think. And then also in the fridge section, this is one of the most least expensive ways to pick up some organic milk. They also carry organic almond milk and soy milk, but I am a cashew milk girl, so if I'm not picking up regular milk, I am going cashew, and unfortunately they don't carry that there. But if you are a soy or almond milk fan, they usually have both the sweetened and unsweetened versions. Alright, I moved the last things around and put them back in the fridge because it is 90 degrees in Chicago and those should not be kept out. So, my next favorite thing from Aldi that I highly recommend if you can find this particular one is that they have Gouda string cheese. That's not something I typically see. Normally it's Swiss, mozzarella, cheddar, but I love buying a bag of apples and some Gouda string cheese, and it is the perfect afternoon snack at work for me, or if I just got home from the gym and I want something really quick before I make dinner or before, I get a full meal on. That is a quick thing to keep me from eating garbage. Another thing I love to get for work for lunch is the Asian chopped salad kit. They have a bunch of these different bag salads that include dressing and toppings and all the greens in there. Usually you could actually find these pretty fresh. I know sometimes when you go into other grocery stores, it's kind of a mixed bag on whether or not the lettuce is starting to turn, but they tend to keep this stuff in stock, and it goes so quickly that it is always super fresh. Now, onto the greens. I'm not a huge greens person, but I do love to make some stir fry. So, sugar snap peas are a go-to for me. I also love these with the hummus, so I'm probably going to be busting those out this week. And also organic carrots. You just cannot find them cheaper anywhere in town. Those, I think, were 99 cents. Alright, now that we got the fridge items on the way, I can go through kind of the pantry items that are on the counter. And we'll try and go through these really quick so I don't take up too much of your time. First, I love grabbing their pita chips there. You can usually get a good price, cheaper than the grocery stores unless they have a 2 for whatever deal. And I will always pick these up with the hummus. The veggie chips, I love to pull these out if I'm making sandwiches and to go with the burgers that I am most likely going to make with that organic ground beef. I do pick up the coffee here. I know for some of you coffee connoisseurs, you may kind of be going coffee from Aldi. It's $3.99. So usually I'll buy a bag of coffee that I really love, a bag of this, and then kind of make my own blend with it. It's not very acidic, it's fair trade, and you gotta love that. They do sell K-Cups and some organic stuff. I don't buy the organic because it's whole bean, and in the morning, the last thing I want to do is grind up my own coffee. So, for those of you that love Lara bars, something like this might look pretty familiar to you. It is very similar in the way that it's made with just dates, apples, nuts. They have some high protein ones, but as far as flavor goes, I think these are probably the best ones. That is the apple pie. They do have, I think, a chocolate peanut butter, but I just find it to taste really dry, especially with the dried fruit and the heavy sodium in that one. I think this one's a much better bet. For in my car, I love to keep these trail mix. I kind of rotate between this one and the typical kind that has raisins, chocolate chips, and peanuts and almonds. I'm trying to upgrade to this one because it has better macros where it's a little bit lower in carb and higher in fat and protein than the typical other mix because it does have a lot of those little M&Ms in it. So trying to go with the healthier option, but I'll be honest, the other one tastes better. Alright, also around the house, I tend to keep sweet nuts for dessert to have after I eat, or if like my sweet tooth is kicking in. I have some cocoa dusted almonds here. For those of you that love cocoa dusted almonds and are looking for something that doesn't have a lot of added sugar or soy or any of those products, this is not the jam for you. It does contain, let's see, palm oil, canola, and or peanut oil, and the second ingredient on this is sugar. So I love the flavor on these. They can sometimes be hard to find because they sell out pretty quickly, but they are an absolutely delicious dessert. Also on that list, this is something that I haven't seen there before, but I do really like the ones at Trader Joe's, so I'm going to give them a shot. These are also a little bit processed. Yeah, a lot processed. And they do have soy lecithin in it, which I try and avoid. But, hey, I'm giving them a shot. We'll see how they go. Alright, on to my favorites. I love getting the cans of organic black beans here. It's a pretty solid choice. I like using them either in salsas or black bean brownies. The organic tomato basil pasta sauce. They also have a marinara, but this is the winner of the two, if you ask me. One of the big upsides to this, for anybody that is into paleo, this has no added sugar. Next on my list is their pesto sauce. I love to get this with some fresh mozzarella, if they have wet mozzarella in, and crackers, and I'll make a balsamic reduction and just have a really nice light lunch with it. These are the crackers I usually buy that go with it. I'm not gluten-free, but I do try gluten-free products to see if I like them, and if I do, they stick. And this is one of the few that has stuck. They are made with brown rice, and they have a really good texture to them that doesn't kind of get in the way of any of the flavors that you add with it. So if you're having salami or cheese or anything, some gluten-free crackers give you that kind of weird aftertaste or the taste of corn or rice with it, and these do not do that. They are really neutral and just a salty, crunchy base for whatever you want to throw with them. Now for the super healthy stuff that I use to make my recipes at home, we are talking organic low sodium chicken broth, organic coconut oil. This does have a little bit more of a coconut smell than some other coconut oils. I know if you ask anybody, not all coconut oils are created equal. So this does have a little bit more of a coconut scent to it, but flavor-wise, it's pretty on par with most of the other ones that I've tried. Extra virgin Mediterranean olive oil, organic. They have this on sale for $3.99, which is an amazing price for buying organic, especially with EVOO. Organic cane sugar, fair trade. I wouldn't say that this is necessarily inexpensive product. They have plenty of other sugar options that you can buy there. They have a fair trade that's not organic, that's double the size for the exact same price, but I try and I buy organic when I can. Apple cider vinegar, also organic. Use that in a lot of recipes that I make at home. Organic flaxseed, or is this organic? I don't think it is. Okay, non-GMO but not organic milled flaxseed. I put this in my smoothies and also use it a lot in baking, and it is a really hefty size for the price in comparison to some other places. Now, I am not big on almonds, but I do love my cashews, so I am a big fan of their cashew butter there. This is not organic. It is non-GMO certified, but unfortunately not organic. They do have an organic almond butter and an organic peanut butter, but this is my jam. It hits the spot. Now, in the slow cooker, I have some chicken that I bought that their chicken there, they do not carry organic chicken at the Aldi that I go to, or any of the Aldis kind of here in the Chicagoland area, but they do carry a really good price, so if it's going in the slow cooker, odds are I'm not going to spend the extra money on it. Right now, I have tomatillo salsa from Frontera. They usually have really good salsas, and that's something you could really stock up on there in a variety of flavors for pretty cheap. So I have 2/3 of a jar of tomatillo salsa in the slow cooker with some chicken, and I'm going to make some pulled chicken tacos for tomorrow. I have not seen this before. This is the first time I've seen this in Aldi, so I just picked this up and I can't verify, but I picked up some of their organic honey bread, and what I love about this is it doesn't contain any soy. Usually if you get non-bakery fresh baked bread, there's all sorts of soybean oil and things like that in it. Not in this. This is all oats, and it has pretty high fiber and pretty high protein, which for me, when it comes to bread, if I'm going to be taking carbs, I want my macros to kind of be on the nicer side of things, and this one had some great macros on it. So we'll check it out, see how it is, see if it's any good. I have high hopes because most of the bread that I've gotten from there is usually pretty solid. Alright, now last on the list, I would highly recommend getting your potatoes, onions, yams, garlic, and all those kind of things here, especially peppers. They sell tricolored peppers, little mini bags of hot peppers, bags of jalapenos. So for pantry items of stuff that doesn't necessarily need to go in the fridge, potatoes, onions, all that, you could get a good price here. They sell the tricolored ones in the red, white, and purple, or they have these little yellow potatoes. I bought these because I can put them in my toaster oven and not have to turn the toaster on this summer. Otherwise, normally I'm getting giant sweet potatoes and roasting those in the oven for hours. But this time I am going tiny because those will fit in the toaster oven. No oven in the summer. Last on the list, Chiquita Organic Bananas. I absolutely love that you could get a great price on organic bananas here. Love them for smoothies. So I would always recommend picking up organic bananas here when you're in for your weekly shopping trip or every other week shopping trip, because you can get a pretty good price on these. You can also usually get a good price on avocados, but the avocados can be a little hit or miss depending on their selection that week. So there you have it. These are some of my favorite pantry items, and I showed you some of my favorite fridge items. Hopefully that's helpful to anybody that watched this. I love when people upload videos similar to this, but I'm always nervous when people say that they don't really shop at Aldi and then recommend a bunch of products from there. So since I shop there every week, I thought I'd make this video, and I hope I helped you out. I hope you find it helpful. That's it. If you like, please click the like button. I'm not a normal YouTuber. You don't have to subscribe, but I just wanted to give you a look into what my pantry looks like. Thank you so much for watching.